Adventures in Pixieland presents your daily energy reading. Our daily Bible verse for March 8th, 2026 is Jeremiah 17, verses 9 and 10. So in the King James Version, we have the King James Version has, "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? I, the Lord, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings." In the New International Version, we have, "The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? I, the Lord, search the heart and examine the mind, to reward a man according to his conduct and according to what his deeds deserve." Now, if you peep the contrast chart down below, you will have "and desperately wicked" versus "and beyond cure." So the heart is desperately wicked. It's going to seek, sin. That's what they're saying. It's going to seek sin. It's going to seek pleasure before it seeks the responsibility. Okay, who can know it versus who can understand it? Those mean the same thing. I try the reins, mean I examine the mind. So just because you get a thought that comes in that might not be, maybe it's a little naughty, you might be like, "Lord, I can't do that," is what you're supposed to be saying. Like, "Oh, really? I'm allowed to do that? I'm going to go do that," right? If it's something that's not nice. The Lord tests. Sometimes you are meant to say no to something that comes in, even to give every man, to reward a man. And he tests to see if you are righteous when you think no one can tell. According to his ways, according to his conduct. His ways are his conduct. They mean the same thing. And according to the fruit of his doings. Remember, they're a planting, farming society here. So we're talking about according to the deeds, according to what his deeds deserve. This is more, you reap what you sow. You get out of life the kind of energy you put into it. I.e., if you're lazy, don't expect to get much because you're not willing to expend much energy. If you're very industrious, you should expect to get more. But you do need to be placing that energy in the right place. If you're trying to build without God, it will fall apart. You build it with God, without God, or expect it to fall apart, because then it's man-made. And our bodies are God-made, and they fall apart. So of course, everything that's man-made is going to fall apart sooner than anything God-made. Your Elder Futhark daily rune is a ways. The letter E, the meaning is horse. Its associations are balance, stability, harmony, teamwork, trust, and loyalty. Peep the map down below to see all the places where this Elder Futhark rune would have had influence. Our Hebrew letter of the day is Lamed. Lamed is the letter L. It is the number 30. It's also a staff, a cattle goad, or a rod, something you'd move your animal forward with, to control, to prod, like if you wanted to poke at something, to urge forward, like, come on, guys, let's go. Go towards or forward, to teach, learn, and of your body part, the tongue. You can see the map down below of the Jewish diaspora, courtesy of PB. Our daily Archangel card is our daily Indigo and Crystal children. I'm a Indigo child. Your Archangel Metatron says you have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Our daily sacred geometry card is our card 16, conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibility of this space and what we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intentions. So, what exactly are you trying to create? We are in Psalm 51. We are going to be doing the whole psalm. It's 19 verses. We're going to do the whole psalm. To the chief musicians, a psalm of David, when Nathan the prophet came unto him after he had gone into Bathsheba. So, David had concubines. David had 6 wives before he left Hebron. And he had other wives and concubines. He had his own harem. He didn't need somebody else's wife. And that, Bathsheba did not have the legal right to tell her king no. So, then he got himself in all kinds of trouble because God did. It's not just the king can do whatever he wants. No. God corrected the king. The only real acceptable king he ever gave to humanity, he corrected. He loved David because David would correct himself. Have mercy upon me, O God, according to thy loving kindness, according unto the multitude of thy tender mercies. Blot out my transgressions. Wash me thoroughly from mine iniquity and cleanse me from my sin. His sin of adultery, even though he had multiple wives, he could still have adultery. For I acknowledge my transgressions, and my sin is ever before me. Even the king confesses to God. Against thee, thee only, have I sinned and done this evil in thy sight, that thou mightest be justified when thou speakest, and be clear when thou judgest. Behold, I was shapen in iniquity, in sin did my mother conceive me. Behold, thou desirest truth in the inward parts, and in the hidden part thou shalt make me to know wisdom. So if you go to chabad.org, and that is a more official source of everything Jewish than any Christian belief structure can have. It's their faith, their history. It's as inappropriate as if we were dictating to any other country what their history is. Right? We don't let other people write American history. We don't get to write English history. We don't get to write Jerusalem's history. We honor, because that's where our Messiah came from. We don't decide. Okay? So, in their culture, this is what it says. Jesse was feeling bad about his being mixed race and didn't want to anymore copulate with his own wife because he felt like he was hurting her with the weight of the mixed race on his soul, and was going to then have sex with her handmaid, who did not want to have sex with him.
told her maid, her answer, his wife, what was going to happen. His wife put on a veil. I don't know what it was with the having sex with the veils on, but it seems to be that was part of the thing. They always had the veils on, because how else did Jacob not realize he was sleeping with Leah and not her sister? I mean, I don't understand how that's possible, but fine. Because that means he didn't take the face. He didn't want to look at the face of the woman he left. And neither did this guy, because there was a face, the mask on his face, on her face. So he had sex with his wife, but she didn't want to publicly embarrass him to say that was her. So when she ended up pregnant, they treated her like she was terrible. He knew the truth, so he didn't put her away. But his older brothers abused David because they thought he was not their father's son. And that's why at such a young age, before he could have been ready, he was left out there in the fields. Which is why he's got so much in his fields. He's saying, I wasn't raised right, Father. Forgive me for what I don't know. Purge me with hyssop. It's part of the cleansing ritual that involves killing of one bird and then dipping another bird in its blood that's tied to the hyssop and flinging it on the offender. And I shall be clean. Wash me. I shall be whiter than snow. Make me to hear joy and gladness, that the bones which thou hast broken may rejoice. Hide thy face from thy sins and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore unto me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit. Then will I teach transgressors thy ways, and sinners shall be converted unto thee. Deliver me from blood guiltness, because he had Uriah killed. O God, thou God of my salvation, and my tongue shall sing aloud of thy righteousness. O Lord, open thou my lips, and my mouth shall shew forth thy praise. For thou desirest not sacrifice, else I would give it. Thou delightest not in burnt offerings. The sacrifices of God are a broken spirit and a broken and contrite heart. O God, thou wilt not despise. Do good in thy good pleasure unto Zion. Build thou the walls of Jerusalem. Then shalt thou be pleased with the sacrifices of righteousness, the burnt offerings and whole burnt offerings. Then shalt thou offer bullocks upon thy altar. Yes, I need to understand that. We're literally talking about the bullocks is the lower part of the male anatomy that makes a bull a male. And that's about as polite as way as I can explain that. Literally, that's what they're called. I know, it's a weird thing to know. My life is full of weird facts. My brain likes to collect weird facts. It's just what it is. I hope you'll join me tomorrow, friends, for Psalm 52. Until then.
Our daily energy reading for March 8th, 2026 is the Bible reminds us that the heart seeks pleasure. It's in the nature of it. It's in the nature of our idle portion of our brain. Self-control is key to keep the wicked at bay. Whether that's internal, external, it doesn't matter. Okay. A ways says teamwork makes the dream work. So no, you're not in it alone. The Hebrew letter lamed says trust where you are led. Remember his staff, it comforts us. The Archangel card Indigo and Crystal Children says this is about the future. The sacred geometry card conception says someone literally could have a new baby, or something new is in the making if it's not actually a baby for you. The psalm reminds us that we need to confess our sins to be forgiven. If you can't acknowledge that, that something is a sin, there is an issue. Like, you need to be able to identify that the behavior is a sin so you can have something new. As long as you're trying to deny and say that you had the right to act that way, to treat that person this way, or you're pointing the finger at their behavior and that gives you the right to mistreat them, then you're at a sin. Then you're at a sin. And you can't have the teamwork be with God. And if you are a person who has made a baby, understand they are your equal responsibility. And you do not just have the right to put it on one partner or the other. It has to be coming at it with equality to ensure the best, safest result for the child. And the child should be a priority. You are God's child. So expect Him to want to guide and teach you all the days of your life the way you expect to if you had a child.